And no comments. No thumbs up and no thumbs down. Do you see it live?
Nope.
Okay, it says it's broadcasting for 36 seconds to Android Buffet episode
Oops.
501.
There we go, and we're live.
And no comments. No thumbs up and no thumbs down.
There you go.
Okay, well, you might want to mute that or else you'll be hearing me, hearing you, hearing me.
Cool.
Okay. So there we are. So there is now a live stream. As I said, I have an extra special viewing surprise if you're watching.
Ooh.
You can see my homemade tapper game. So this is my homebrew arcade.
Ooh.
Yes, you can even see there's my hand moving the... See, I appeared on camera for the first time in this podcast. In the pre-show.
Oh, look, video. Your pictures are crooked.
I know.
And you just leave it like that? That would drive me batty.
Well, the screws were there when I put the pictures up, so I have to actually rehang the screws, and it's hard in that wall. Anyway, so are you ready to do some sort of podcast?
I could not stand it. It would... Nope, couldn't do it.
Well, remember, I don't see it all day. I'm facing in the other direction.
Don't care.
You're
It would... Oh, no. Having a crooked... just the thought of it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I mean, if it's your room, I mean, cool. Have it how you want it. But I'm just saying, for me,
it's not my room. My room is 100 miles away. It's the room I've taken over for the duration.
It would drive
I just thought the
me
black and white
nuts.
photography would look nice on the wall. So shall we do some podcasting?
Let's.
This is the Android Buffet Podcast, episode number 501, recorded Wednesday, August 13th, 2020, in 5, 4, 3. Now I lost my count. 2 and 1. I thought you were going to say something, Jerry.
You didn't hear me banging?
No?
Oh. Maybe my mic is too. I went bam, 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 bam on my desk. And it was kind of loud.
Okay, didn't hear that. But we're once again, not only are we recording this episode, but we once again have special video effects for those who choose to watch the video version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all
video effects.
Well, I'm all prepared. Not only do I have a video camera pointed at a exciting object in the room that is not me, but I have lights around it so that if I wanted to, I could light up the exciting object.
Object.
Yes, I know. You found the object very exciting, but you didn't like the pictures on the wall behind it that were crooked.
I did not like the pictures on the wall that were crooked.
It's on my list.
It would be the first thing on my list.
Okay. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm getting
It's just
better.
how I am.
I think I'm getting better at this whole broadcast production thing. So since last week's episode, my HDMI inserter arrived. So I am feeding audio into yet another source by inserting it into the HDMI.
Yay.
Yeah. That's the one coming from the computer, and that's coming from the mixer. So I'm back to stereo. Because
Yay, Mixer.
I thought the people on the live stream might be annoyed if each of us came in a different ear. So I'm doing that elsewhere. So
Cool.
here I am at my very special broadcast recording station, and we're going to talk about what's been going on this week. I know you're excited, Jerry.
I are excited.
Yeah. And again, if you are watching the video version, you get to see me clicking links. That's my that's my new video presentation.
With links.
Yes, I have the show notes up, and I'm going to click through to the articles and show them on the screen while I'm talking about them.
But now you know you're going to have people that are all, what's that icon? What's that icon? What's the other icon? That's what I do. When somebody shares their screen, I'm immediately criticizing their desktop.
Yeah. Where's that thing that lets you do the full desktop?
F11.
I'm doing F11. I did that last time.
Well,
didn't work. But all you're seeing are all those extra icons for different little things there.
plugins and such.
Yeah. There should be a button for it somewhere. We'll solve this problem. See all the fun technical difficulties you can have when you're doing this sort of thing? I can't even figure out how to get off the screen.
Yes, but let's keep in mind the vast majority of our listeners are, in fact, just listeners. So
yeah, okay. Well, either way, I will sort that out on my own time.
It's all right.
I'm trying to master, the combination video and audio production. You know how hard that is. And I'm not going to forget about the audio listeners because those are the primary people. But I'm trying to master this video thing.
I understand. I'm just thinking they might be getting bored about now.
Okay. I can always cut it out in post. Okay. So it's been an interesting week. Now, next week, I'm actually going to head back to my apartment because there's an emergency.
An emergency?
Yes, my new air quality sensor apparently needs to be recharged. So I have not gotten any air quality data this week.
Oh, noes.
It's a crisis. What if there's poor air quality? I wouldn't be there to record it.
I know.
I also wouldn't be there to breathe it. So works out somewhere. So I'm going to go back. That and I have to see my dentist eventually. It's nearly time for my ritual bloodletting. Anyway, moving on.
I don't know if I should be scared that I don't know if you're kidding or not.
I bleed when I go to the dentist. I'm sensitive. What can I say? Anyway, so let's see what else has been going on. There's a new version of Home Assistant.
A new version of Home Assistant? That sounds exciting. Are
Yeah.
they breaking more stuff?
No, but they continue to iterate on that humidifier thing that I've been waiting for. But apparently there's dark mode.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I have not gotten a chance to upgrade because I've been busy preparing for this podcast. Mastering the art of the wipe and the art of the fade to black.
Yes, the pushing of the buttons.
I have many buttons.
In fact, you do.
So anyway, that's interesting, and I'm going to update, and I'm going to make some other adjustments, because every time there's an update, I use this as an opportunity to do something different. My favorite automation continues to be the generic thermometer. Not the thermometer, thermostat, which allows me to take a switch and a temperature sensor and turn it into a thermostat. I have a lot of those. That's how I smarten up my air conditioning system.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. So there's a lot of news that happened.
News aplenty there was.
Yeah. Google has automatically opted everybody out of voice data collection.
I wonder what that means. Is the NSA upset?
I'm not sure. But apparently in their continued push towards privacy, they have decided that they will no longer automatically collect people's voice data. So they are going to try to encourage you to voluntarily give off your voice data.
Ooh. I mean, yay, right?
Okay. I'm fine with them having my voice data. Everybody has my voice.
Sh-
Well,
sure.
everybody has my voice data if they have over 500 recordings of this program. So
All I'm saying is I approve of their opting in
yeah,
instead of opting out
I approve as well.
because, um, as oh crap, what's his name?
I don't know because you didn't say his name. Could you describe him to me and maybe I'll know who his name is?
He writes a blog for Microsoft. Raymond Chen. As Raymond Chen says, there is a tyranny of the default. So when you
Is he the one who
make
said
something
that?
that
I thought
he's
somebody
the one
else.
I always hear it from.
I thought somebody coined that. Did he coin it, or is he just well known for using that expression?
I don't know if he's well known.
But
I know I've been reading his blog, and he posts a blog Monday through Friday, every single day. Well, every single Monday through Friday at exactly the same time for like the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And he posts some really interesting stuff. But he's the first person I heard say the tyranny of the default.
yeah, but I know I've heard that expression for years, and the man's name doesn't ring a bell. So I think it might be that somebody else came up with that expression.
The Old New Thing is the name of his blog.
Okay. So either way, it is good when people get a choice.
And in this case, they're getting a choice made for them that is less likely to offend, which is cool.
Yep. There's also the WordPress version of the tyranny of the default. I believe it's opinions, not choices. Yeah, that's why they don't like settings. Anyway, that's a whole other story. WordPress 5.5 came out this week. Anyway, moving along. Android has added, apparently, plans to put in a specific Android for cars app library. So, essentially make it easier for you to find your Android Auto capable apps.
I appreciate that because the UI is different. So seeing apps that are specialized for that UI, nice.
Yeah, and they're saying that according to this article from the Android developers blog, they are saying that they have new features and that there are 100 million cars in the coming months. And some of them have even added support for wireless connections so that you don't have to plug in a wire. They're claiming that they have 3,000 apps in Google Play whose in-car experiences have been purpose-built for driving. I can't seem to find 3,000 of them. I'd like somebody to tell me where they are.
I don't know.
So I look forward to seeing the special section of the store that allows me to find them. And highlights them. Now, also in the Android Auto world, they are bringing back calendar access, and they're adding a settings page that doesn't require you to look on another device.
Really?
Yeah, so the settings page will show your appointments, and it will give you an option from just looking at the screenshots to either navigate to your next appointment. So it'll give you the navigation click, or it will give you the phone one in case you want to phone your next appointment. So it's not going to really allow you to read your calendar. It's more like your agenda from your calendar.
And what's coming up immediately.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like your daily to-do list sort of thing.
Cool.
So it will not be, you won't be able to add things to it. It is purely for car usage. And apparently you can choose your settings when the car is not in motion, of course.
Yes.
Now, apparently Google Assistant will now sing you a song to remind you the benefits of wearing a mask. Have you tried this?
No.
Should I try it?
Sure, give it a shot.
Okay, well, I'm going to mute for a moment so that you don't hear me saying the magic word. Wait a minute, I forgot. I can't mute over there. You'll just have to hear me say it. Hey, Google, sing me a song.
When in public, wear a mask, just a teeny weeny task. It helps keep us safe and sound, health and care all around. On your mouth and on your nose, good to cover both of those.
That's catchy.
If you want to hear that again, ask me to sing the mask song.
That's awesome.
Catchy too, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not exactly an earworm, but it'll do.
Well, they have a hand watching song now, and they have a mask song. They're being very socially conscious with their singing. Moving along, there's now a site, chromeos.dev, which is a website for Chrome OS dev resources.
Chrome OS dev resources.
Yes, if you are...
Is that like Chrome resources?
Your app plus Chrome OS. See what's possible. Start building. I can click a button to start building. How to adapt Android. How to adapt web. Games. Publishing on the Google Play Store. How to develop in Linux, Android environment, web environment, or productivity. Bring ideas to life with Linux on Chrome OS. Jumpstart your latest project with design resources for Chrome OS. So are you going to develop your very own Chrome OS integration?
No. Chrome OS does not inspire me, but that's okay.
Well, I don't know. I haven't had any opportunity to ask you about your non-work related development projects since you stopped developing that app that allowed you to use your phone as a mirror.
Yeah. Well,
which I'm still waiting for my free copy of.
I don't even know if I have a free copy anymore.
I'm sure it's not using the latest API anyway.
Oh, man. I haven't been able to dev off not non-day job dev since I took over for my boss's boss.
I thought that was recently.
Much work.
I thought that was recently.
A few weeks. Yeah.
Okay. But we haven't talked about your non-work related development in a long time. Do you still do non-work related development every so often?
I do.
Okay.
As often as possible. It's not ready for discussion yet.
Okay, someday you will have to tell us about it when you are ready.
I hope so.
Remember, this is a safe space. I'm saying that because it's clearly just the two of us. Anyway, so do you remember how I was talking about the idea that Chromecast would be perfect for me if I could just have a remote to pause it when I wanted to? Or do you not remember that?
No, yes, I do recall that. Yes.
Okay, so not long after that, I read this story from 9 to 5 Google, which is Cast Connect makes casting on Android TV more native with remote control support.
And there you go.
So they announced Cast Connect, which to improve the cast experience, which means, one, when you're using the built-in Chromecast feature of your Android TV, a separate HTML5 JavaScript player receiver takes over your screen to play the video. This is the same thing that happens when using your phone or assistant to cast, with control only available on mobile devices. However, now the stream will be handled and displayed by the related app already installed on your Android TV device. So this combines Cast with Android TV to bring your app to the modern Cast experience. And it allows for expanded control, including being able to use a hardware remote. Additionally, the sending device and receiving Android TV applications will be able to better interact with each other. So I may get an Android TV device if, I can really do this effectively. I hear the next Chromecast replacement may be a little more Android TV.
NVIDIA Shield-like?
Yeah, but the NVIDIA Shield is a little overkill for me. It seems to also be designed for more gaming, and I really just want a media streaming device. And considering all the fighting that Roku seems to be having with HBO Max and Peacock, it seems like they and the people at Amazon who do the Fire Stick may not be as opening as I'd like them to be. And I've never had an Android TV device that I liked. Mostly because I keep buying the $20 Chinese ones. So if Google made one, it might actually be decent.
We can hope. I hope.
Well, the only thing I've considered is if I ever had to replace a TV, I would consider getting an inexpensive Android TV. But then I'd still be worried about the manufacturer not updating the software. That's why I've sort of switched to dongles. Because if you have a device, you can do that without having to replace your whole TV. Which seems like a waste if you just want a software upgrade. So if you are a user of WhatsApp, you may soon be able to get WhatsApp on multiple devices.
Yay! So they're not going to tie it to your
No, it's still tied
phone
to your
number anymore?
It is still tied to your phone number. But you could be able to have the same account running on multiple devices, not just the one with your phone number. If you're a Google Fit user, it will now detail your pace per mile or kilometer for most of the world. So you can judge your running performance by knowing how fast you are actually running.
Which is good.
Yes. If you are a user of Google Hangouts, apparently the Google Hangouts to chat migration apparently will soon be coming to Gmail accounts. So these are the one. It's already in G Suite. So if you are a G Suite user, then you can already get your Hangout messages directly in Google Chat. And I decided to give this a try. So I am not using any of the other features of Google Chat, but I am trying this one out. Chatting inside Google Chat on Hangouts.
That seems Inception-y.
Is it?
I don't know. Seems it. You're going to use one chat to chat inside of another chat?
Well, I do that already. I have a Biddleby instance which logs into Discord, which bridges it to IRC, which gets connected to an IRC bouncer along with my actual IRC chat rooms. And then WeChat logs into the ZNC bouncer, and then I connect to WeChat either using WeChat for Android or Glowing Bear on the desktop, which is a desktop WeChat client. Can you repeat that?
No, not at all.
Did you follow it?
No, not really.
Okay.
Seems overly complicated to be able to say, hi, I'm ready for pizza.
Yes, but everything looks like IRC to me. Works
I
fine.
guess if you like that.
Why not?
I like images and GIFs and
Oh, I have those.
emojis and
That's a
stuff like that.
That's a client issue. Either way, I am prepared for the future. The future being the date when everything will work the way that I want it to, because I'm the one who did it. If you are a user of Google Home, you can now manage your Google Wi-Fi settings inside Google Home. Not much to say about that.
I would hope so.
Are you still using Ubiquiti devices, or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So you don't have a Google Wi-Fi device?
I do not.
Okay. That's fine. If you do
I
have...
like-
To connect to Wi-Fi, swipe down with 2 fingers. Touch and hold the Wi-Fi icon and turn it on. Then pick your network. For step-by-step instructions, tap More Info.
What's talking?
Hee hee.
What's talking?
Oh, it wasn't me.
I have no idea what that was. No, I'm serious. It was not the Google Home display. So what told me how I could handle my Wi-Fi?
Well, considering it was saying grab the top and drag down, I'm thinking phone.
No, it wasn't my phone. Oh well. we'll solve that another time. If you
That's
do
a
not,
little creepy.
if you do not have a Pixel, then you can still use the latest Google Phone app beta, which can now be installed from the Play Store on pretty much any phone.
Really?
Yes. You know how I know this?
Oh.
There's an article about it that I am citing from Android Police and Ryan Hager, who wrote that the popular support expanded on the Play Store to beyond Pixel and Android One devices. It apparently now pretty much works for anything.
I love that phone device so much better than the Samsung.
So install it.
I'm gonna.
Apparently, it will not easily surface on the in-app search. You have to navigate to it manually from a Google search, the link in the article, or the app widget at the bottom of their article. An expansion and device capability, apparently, you would have to enroll in the beta program.
Oh.
Yep.
It says it's not compatible with my phone.
Yes, you'd have to enroll in the beta program for the expanded.
I thought it was.
For the phone app.
Oh well.
Gboard has added real-time voice transcription and translation to their keyboard app.
Yay!
Oh, did you try it?
Yeah, I had to get I had to roll specifically for that in the beta program for that device.
Oh, good.
Yep. It's cool. I'm happy. Yay!
I like happiness. Moving along, if you are a user of Waze, do you use Waze, Jerry?
Negative.
Have you ever used Waze?
Negative.
Okay.
Well, yes, I have. I didn't care for it. It felt very.
I don't like the
What's
UI.
the word? Fisher Price.
Yeah, I do not like the UI. But apparently they have announced the inclusion of railroad crossings. So it will now tell you when you are about to cross a railroad.
Okay.
There,
why not?
Yep, there was a nice opinion piece about wireless charging that while it may be inefficient, it's not really such a bad thing. Because other things also waste electricity.
Really? Okay, yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of things do.
Yeah, so this is a reference to an article on a different blog about how low efficiency in a wireless charger wastes so much electricity that its wide adoption could mean dozens of new power plants would have to be built. So it does waste a lot of energy compared to plugging something into a charger, and it does waste energy even if you are not actually using it.
Wait, so I was recently looking at. So apparently, I've been completely sucked into the Samsung world. I have Samsung Galaxy Buds. I have a Samsung Galaxy Watch, and now I have a Samsung phone. So I was looking at this like tiered thing where it would charge my phone, the headphones, and the my watch all at the same time wirelessly. And you're saying that's super inefficient.
Yes. So that's the point of the original article. However, this is something of a rebuttal to that, where one, companies should do something about that, and there are other issues. Repeatedly plugging in a charging cable causes wear and tear on both the cable and what it's plugging into. So eventually, over time, that could break the USB port on your phone or make it harder for you to charge, which essentially means you're going to end up with a new phone, which again is environmentally wasteful as well.
Okay, but how inefficient is it?
You'll have to read the article.
Yeah, but I have, and I don't see any indication of it. All it says is it wastes a lot of energy. Are we talking?
Well, no. Did you
know-
link? Did you link through to the original article?
No.
Okay. In the original article that was cited, they essentially said wireless charging is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. Okay. I found that wireless charging used, on average, around 47% more power than a cable. Charging the phone from completely dead to 100% using a cable took an average of 14.26 watt hours. Using a wireless charger took on average 21.01 watt hours.
So it's an extra 5 watt hours.
In other words, the phone has to work harder, generate more heat, suck up more energy when wirelessly charging to fill the same size battery. How the phone was positioned on the charger significantly affected charging efficiency. Many chargers are difficult to line up properly. Initially, I intended to measure power consumption with the coils aligned as well as possible, then intentionally misaligned to detect the difference. Instead, during one test, I noticed the phone wasn't charging. It looked like it was aligned properly, but when trying to fiddle with it, the difference between positions that charged properly and those that didn't charge at all could be measured in millimeters. Without a visual indicator, it would be impossible to tell. Without careful alignment, this could mean that the phone takes way more energy to charge than necessary, or annoyingly not charge at all. Google's official Pixel stand fared better due to its propped-up design. Since the base of the phone sits flat, the coils can only be misaligned from left to right, as opposed to circular pads that allow for misalignment in multiple directions. The propped-up design helped align the coils without much fiddling, but it still used an average of 19.8 watt hours, or 39% more power to charge the phone than cables. On top of this, wireless chargers independently consumed a small amount of power when no phone was charging at all, about 0.25 watts.
It sounds like a lot, but we're talking about the difference between 15 watts and 20 watts.
So the sort of answer is that wireless charging is not as efficient as plugging things in. However, there are advantages and disadvantages to it, and again, they should make things more efficient. Manufacturers could design phones to disable wireless charging if the coils aren't aligned, instead of allowing excessively inefficient charging for the sake of user experience. Design chargers so they hold phones so they align properly, etc. So again, it is a very interesting article. I'm not sure I agree with the conclusion that wireless charging is necessarily going to destroy the Earth, although that may be something of an exaggeration. In other news, Francis Allen, who helped develop compilers, has passed away at the age of 88. Do you know the name, Jerry?
I don't, but I feel like I should.
Okay.
What compilers did she work on?
She essentially, after developing software for an early supercomputer at the NSA, she returned to work at IBM. And she and her fellow researchers spent 4 decades refining the compiler, software technology that takes in programs written by humans and turns them into something computers can understand. Together with the researcher John Koch, she published a series of landmark papers in the late 1960s and 70s describing this delicate balance between the ease of creation and the speed of execution. These ideas helped drive the evolution of computer programming into today. In 2006, on the strength of this work, she became the first woman to win the A.M. Turing Award, often called the Nobel Prize of Computing.
It certainly is. Cool.
Yep. She was born August 4th, 1932, in Peru, New York, and attended a...
I read what she was born in Peru and thought she was Hispanic.
No, Peru, New York. She did not get electricity until the early 1940s, and then it only ran to the barn, so she grew up in a non-electrified or home with no running water. She attended a one-room schoolhouse and then went off to Teachers College at now the University of Albany. And she was working as a teacher and then earned a master's in mathematics, took a job with IBM to pay off her college debt. And even though she had planned to return to teaching, she stayed with the company for 45 years. It's a great article. She originally taught incoming employees how to use Fortran.
Wow. Super impressive woman.
Yeah. And anytime I see one of these people who sort of changed the industry back in the earlier days, I want to sort of highlight it.
I understand.
So it is worth reading the article. The article is linked. It is from the New York Times. Again, I know not everybody likes them, but they're talking about a tribute to a woman. They're not getting into politics, which is where people often disagree with them. Moving along, Amazon Music and Audible may soon support podcasts. They have not knocked on our door yet, Jerry.
That's all right.
Well, we'll survive somehow. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So they're planning to support podcasts on both. And again, apparently, if you do have a podcast on there, you cannot disparage Amazon. But they didn't exactly say what disparagement is. I assume that if you were talking about Amazon, you cannot be overly critical if you're on their platform. I don't think that means that you lack editorial. Anyway, moving along, if you are a fan of Dr. Pepper, there's apparently a Dr. Pepper shortage.
Wow. I guess there's an opening if you want to be a pepper.
Why? Because you're a pepper, I'm a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Clearly, they need more people to be peppers.
Oh, there's one next door. I don't really like Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
No. I'm more a Dr. Brown kind of guy. Are you a Dr. Brown fan?
Who doesn't like Dr. Brown? I assume you mean Dr. Emmett Brown.
No, Dr. Brown soda.
Oh, no.
I am a fan of Dr. Emmett Brown also, but I'm referring to Dr. Brown soda. You know, they have Dr. Brown's Black Cherry, Dr. Brown's Celery. I can do without the celery. Are you familiar with celery?
No.
I'll have you know it's the world's premier celery-flavored soda. And yes, in my opinion...
Okay, now you're just making stuff up.
You seriously think I'm making this up? I think it tastes horrible, but I know people who love it. Look up celery if you don't believe me. Would you like me to put it on the live stream? Just look up Dr. Brown celery. Trust me, this thing does exist.
Okay. I'm not going to look it up. Not going to do it.
It's bottled in Queens. Admittedly, I think their black cherry is much better. But I rarely see their orange soda. People do enjoy their root beer, though, and their cream soda. Moving along, past Dr. Brown's. By the way, if anybody listening is a Dr. Brown's fan, please feel free to write in. Charter has apparently tried to convince the FCC that customers want data caps. Because when I am complaining to Spectrum Cable, which I did a lot in the last few weeks, being as I'm currently in a Spectrum Cable zone, what I say is, please give me a data cap.
Yeah.
Do you say that when you contact Comcast? Please cap my data?
Negative.
So I don't know anybody who says that. That doesn't seem to be a value proposition that I think anybody would have. Moving along, if you are interested in aviation, which you know I sort of am, did you know that the Boeing 747 still gets its updates via 3.5-inch floppy disk? I just thought that was interesting when I saw that article.
Yeah, I'll buy it. Sure.
Yes. So apparently, to update the software, you have to go into the avionics bay, and it takes about 8 floppy disks to upgrade the software.
Wow. That's a really small update.
Yeah, well, remember, it's the mapping data.
Yeah, but, in modern terms, 3.5-inch floppy disks don't hold a whole lot of data.
Yeah, you think that they would just wire in a better storage system at some point. Either way, the Boeing 747 is on its way out, which is a shame. It was
rapidly being replaced with the 737 MAX, if they can ever get it to fly.
No, mostly the 777 and X, which is the new version of that, and the 787. Also, the A330 has done pretty well. The A380 is actually also being retired, despite being a much younger aircraft, because there isn't really, despite what Airbus originally thought, there is not really a market for a plane with a maximum capacity of 800 seats, especially not now.
Wow, really?
Well, it's 800 seats in a single economy configuration, and a 3-plane configuration it's about 500, give or take.
What did and a what? Economy is 800, and
3
in
class.
a 3 class.
Yeah. Well, remember, some of those 380s got pretty luxurious. Those were the ones where you could have your own suite, and you could take a shower, and you had your own butler, but you had to pay like $30,000 for the ticket.
What are you talking about? You could do that?
Yeah, look up. I think it was Etihad that had it.
Huh. I know I've seen some of them from, like, on the way to and from the UAE. Like, they're really impressive. But a shower? Never seen such a thing.
Yeah, here we are. The Residence. Fly in style on the A380. Your Etihad butler will be at your service on your flight. On board our 380, step into a luxury 3-room apartment in the sky. Designed for up to 2 guests, the Residence features an ensuite shower room, private bedroom, and separate living area. Your VIP travel concierge and dedicated team will take care of everything for you, from your chauffeur-driven limousine to your private airport lounge. Your Etihad butler will be at your service during your flight. They will welcome you aboard and show you your 3-room apartment on the upper deck of the 380. Choose a drink from your chilled refreshments cabinet and allow us to walk you through the most incredible experience in the sky. The hallway from your living room leads to your bedroom. Sink into a double bed with a natural fiber custom-made mattress, premium bedding, and luxury sleepwear. You can close your bedroom door for complete privacy and even have breakfast in bed. Take a warm shower in your personal ensuite shower room.
Wow. And for only $30,000.
I think it's more, but I think it's at least $30,000. All I remember is that I can't afford it.
Sure, but it reaches the point of not being able to afford it for me long before it gets to $30K.
Exactly. So I think it's at least $30K, but again, don't quote me on it. I just looked it up now, but I remember that when I originally heard about this, that was the price, but I wouldn't be 100% sure of my memory of it. I just remember it was a number so large that I wouldn't even go anywhere near it.
The last few times that I've flown, I have upgraded to first class and have enjoyed it. It's much better than economy.
I've been in business class a few times. Of course, I have never paid $30,000 for it, but I don't know. I don't find it that much of an experience. When I was able to get an upgrade when working and flying for business, just because I exploited a company policy that allowed me to do it. When I say exploited, I read the manual and found out I was eligible, which no one wanted to tell me. But I found that there wasn't that much of an advantage. It's nice, but I'm not sure if I would have paid full price for it. And that's only because I'm not the target market. Of course, the other people on the plane might also have been people who didn't have to pay it for it, that somebody else did for them, so who knows. Anyway, moving along, LastPass will monitor accounts for breaches and at-risk passwords.
I want to know how I get this. Because security dashboard. Oh!
I just like it when you make that noise of astonishment.
Wow, I have a lot of email addresses.
Really?
Wow.
I only know about one of them. Have I been using the wrong of your many email addresses?
Nope, you've been using the right one. That's my main one. Huh.
So, that brings us to the end of the list that I have. and nobody showed up for our live stream. This just makes me wonder: did we go through all this effort to set up a live stream?
No, it's just not instantaneous. We have to
We have to tough it out.
develop a reputation of being here
Okay.
on time.
We were here on time. The stream started exactly on time. Anyway, I hope, since I assume we're gonna continue with this 9 p.m. Thursday format.
I like it.
Okay, so you can rest assured for the foreseeable future that this will be recorded live at 9 p.m. on Thursday. Although there's one thing I never checked. Last week we recorded an episode and we put it up on YouTube, as you know.
Yes. Did it have any views?
That's what I forgot to check. So episode number 500 had 2 views. Okay, so far our video version is not successful, but again, I will keep at it.
Give it time.
I'm giving it time. I
It
even
doesn't
tried.
sound like you're giving it time.
No, I tried to put in that Easter egg of showing you live video. Didn't you enjoy that Easter egg? See, I can even do a wave.
I'm not watching it right now.
Okay, no one is. That's fine. So, hopefully it'll work out. But if not, I have all this nice equipment. Maybe I should start a video podcast separately. Never know.
I don't know.
I suppose we'll find out. So, that brings us to the end of our program for this week. Tune in next week, live, on August 20th
Live.
at 9 p.m. Yes, live. That's the whole idea. Live, as in real time. Or if you don't want to tune in live, you can download it later because it is mostly an audio podcast with very little video. But we have, since YouTube provides it, we do have a live chat where you can make snarky comments we'll comment on. Right, Jerry?
Yes. I like snarky comments. I'm good at them.
Okay. Receiving them or doling them out?
Kind of both. I've got a thick skin.
Okay. So we will be back again next week. I know you're excited about it.
I are.
You are or you am?
I be.
Or you were?
I was.
Or you will be?
And that too.
Yes. So again, next week, I will be back here for another exciting episode. I don't know where I'll be, though, because I have that dentist appointment in New York City. So will I be here in the wood-paneled room or in a basement? Or will I be in my actual residence?
I don't know.
It's called a cliffhanger.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You have to wait till next week to find out.
Okay.
I didn't say it was an exciting cliffhanger. I just said it was a cliffhanger. So until next time, and just remember, if you have any opinions, you can always email us at podcast@androidbuffet.com. You know we have email, right?
I do. Yes. Yep.
I'm always excited when I get an email. I share it with Jerry. And soon we'll get that new logo back.
Yay. I wonder if it'll fit on the 16:9 aspect ratio for YouTube.
It might have to be a banner as opposed to a little icon. But I'll make it work.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you noticed that the Zoom icon for my Zoom account is now actually the icon from the logo.
Yes, I did.
Okay. You can do the same thing.
I'm going to wait till we get the new one.
Okay. I know it's hairless.
I shaved just today.
Yep. So you also get to look forward to the upcoming logo with the no hair Jerry.
Yep.
See, something to look forward to.
Ha ha ha.
So shall we adjourn?
Yes, let's call it a day. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it. And y'all have yourselves a fine week, and we'll be back next week with even more exciting Android and home automation news.
And just remember, same time, same station.
But no bats.
What bat?
Same bat time, same bat channel.
What are you doing hitting people with bats?
Batman. The
guy at baseball games who hands out the bats?
No,
Okay.
that's the guy on first.
Who?
Exactly. And let's call it a night.
I think once we lapse into Abbott and Costello routines, it's always a good time to end.
All right. Later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, the one recording is off.
My recording's off.
Another recording is off.
The recording has stopped.
And finally, a special goodbye to the no one watching the live stream. Goodbye, no one. If you watch later, there is a special secret password at this point. The secret word is ostrich. If you email us the word ostrich, you will get a special mention on the show.